This is a Headgum podcast.
Holmes and I were at a coffee shop, and you were being pretty erratic in like a fun way. And I go,
I'm happy you're here.
For sure. But you were being really like extra erratic. And I was like, hey, did you take your meds today? And Holmes goes, I don't do that anymore. Holmes, what's going on with you?
I'm really happy to be here. It's been like a couple years since I saw you last, I guess.
Yeah,
No.
I've been avoiding you.
Found you, bitch.
How did you? How did you find me?
I mean, zoom in on the back of photos, you'll see me.
Oh, you're back there?
You'll see me looking at
You're
you.
back there peering?
I actually did have coffee with someone yesterday, and I was like, I went to college at Florida State, and he was like, me too. And I was like, and it almost seemed like he knew already. And I was like, did you know me before we met up for this? Kind of freaked me out.
Did he?
He said no, but I didn't believe it. He said no, but like I would bring up a memory. He'd be like, I know. And I'd be like, wait.
What?
Dude, were you there?
He's like, that top you used to wear sophomore year. You're like, what?
Yeah. He's like, I loved fucking you. I'm like, huh? Who? I'm like, I know I drank back then, but I think I remember who it was.
You did drink back then.
I did.
I wish I would have known you even then. I didn't know you then.
Well, you know what? Actually, before the last episode we had, I had one drink, which now I didn't. I had a ton of coffee. So me looking at your camera, I can't see me at all.
You had a drink before the last episode?
I'm like, I was terrified. No.
That's a crazy reveal. That was nuts. You passed that off so casually. You're like, before the last time, you've never told me that.
Well, because I didn't do it for the episode. I was out with friends and they were having like 5 drinks and I sat and didn't have one for a long time. And then finally I was like, I'll have one. And then, I watched the episode, I say the HPV thing. Everyone's mad at me about the washout. And I was like, well, the drink probably did that.
I don't think the drink did that.
You're right.
Yeah.
That was just me.
It's so funny for you to be like, yeah, before I did this last time, well, of course I had a couple shots.
I'm like, the last episode I had a vodka tampon in. I don't know. No, I wouldn't do that.
No, I'm happy with your drinking these days.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm happy with yours.
Thank you. We both don't.
We don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to lie to the public. Since February, I've had 4 drinks, but it's all been one that night. Yeah. One. It's been one at a time.
Person who definitely doesn't have a drinking problem. Since February, I've had 4, and they've been...
Since February, I've had 4, and I was on my best behavior. I really was. Well, it's one of those things where, like, God, sometimes I'm in a room that is so fucking, like, loud and overwhelming, and it's, like, on those nights will be the ones where I'm like, oh, I really want to stay, but it would just help a little bit, and I try everything else, but then occasionally, yeah, I've had one, and then it'll be like, normally I'm like, this doesn't really do much, and that's why I continue to not do it, Like, it doesn't really change very much, but... I don't know. I think sometimes you know this about me. I'll go like all or nothing a lot. Like I'll be like, I must be done and that will solve it all. And so I think I'm letting myself be like, hey, no one called you an alcoholic. You called yourself one because you wanted to solve some stuff. And then you stopped drinking and like made a whole thing. I went to an AA meeting and I was like, I don't have this. But
it was a really funny couple of weeks in our friendship for everybody. when Holmes started sitting people down and being like, obviously we've all been dying to talk about a drinking problem. And we all the time were kind of like, no, we thought you were having a good time, but...
Well, I mean, I think that it's really... it would be so amazing to find, like, the one thing that would, like, fix everything.
God.
And I thought that... I mean, and it has... it has helped. I do think it has helped my depression. Not drinking less has helped my depression. But yeah, I wasn't a full-blown alcoholic. It was funny. What I'll say about the meetings, which I know you're not supposed to talk about, but... it's a horny environment, because the alcohol's not in there. People were staring me down. You know what I mean? And it was like, I was like, oh, they're like, people are wanting to get to something else pretty quick addiction wise.
What?
Do you know what I mean?
No. I mean, what are you saying? People were staring you down?
Like it felt like if I lingered eye contact with someone long enough, we could fuck right after. Because it was like, hey, you know what we won't be doing after this? Going to the bar, but we could
you go home.
Yeah, come to my place,
That's interesting. I've heard this, I guess, but staring you down feels so intense.
Well, staring me down, I mean, it was 1 or 2. It looks like I walk in, everyone's like, oh, do you tonight? No, it wasn't like that. It just like, it made sense to me that I was like, yeah, you would shift. And that's something else I felt was I was like, okay, right when I stopped drinking, actually, someone did say something interesting to me after, because I was like, I don't know if I have this. And he was like, yeah, but you smoke weed a lot, right? And I was like, hey, don't be rude about that. I was like, I do. And he was like, well, when I stopped drinking at first, I would smoke weed instead. But then right when I quit weed, like I'd have to drink again. So it's one of those things where like, and that did kind of calm me out in a sense of like, I do smoke weed most nights. And I'm like, if I did quit weed, I wonder if I would start to drink more. Like I definitely am someone who like has a vice. I just think I'm pretty healthy with them now, but you know, it'd be cool if someday I could lose them all.
Yeah.
What's yours? What's your vice?
My vice?
Yeah.
Weed and food. Food is the most conscious choice that I make where I'm like, I'm trying to get better at this, but because I'll do it in times that are inopportune. Like to me, I'm like, I don't drink. I haven't drank at this point in years. I don't really drink. I don't do any hard drugs. I didn't smoke weed until I was like 27. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't really do like crazy.
Different 27 club, right?
Hey, come
Sorry.
on. It's okay. That was beautiful.
I was starting weed at 27.
Choose to live, actually.
Sorry.
I'm choosing to live after 27. But yeah, so I'm like, I'll eat garbage and be like, you shouldn't be eating this garbage, but it is fun.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you do it and it's like, it's 2 a.m. Why are you ordering Taco Bell? You know you're going to feel like shit when you have to get up at 8 a.m.
The other night I had one big time where I was like, I really could have gone to bed and I ordered food just because I was like, it just is like a comfort. That's the thing. It's like the same as weed. It's like, I want something that's cozy and it's like, I feel better than when I drink. That's for sure. But yeah, I had like ordered from, I mean, when the place is called something like Munchy Funchy or something, you know what I mean?
Those DoorDash names get dark quick.
Yeah, right. When it's
like, bitch, don't grill my cheese. and I'm on there high as a kite alone on my couch like, It's
like, you ready to fuck up your life? I'm like, order. You know? Like, it really is always really nasty names for real.
Yeah, it's like slutty wings and fucked up tots.
Literally. It's like, feel shitty. I'm like, ooh.
I'm like, add to cart.
I know.
And I do, and then I eat it.
Well, the other night, one of the items looked so nasty that I was like, that's helpful.
Yeah.
So I didn't do all of it. But yeah, I had some like, you know, corn bites or something. And you can tell when the late night ones, they're not making it. The chef doesn't have passion to it. They're putting that shit in a microwave.
The chef. It's a guy microwaving it in his house, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a ghost kitchen.
It's like a comedian we're friends with.
Yeah.
It's like a side hustle for real.
I know that I'm never going to like truly lose a bunch of weight because most people who do, they have like a lowest of low moment. And I've had one so many times and just... and just blown right past it. I got tricked once. I got tricked once on DoorDash into ordering Red Lobster, and when it came nothing like Red Lobster. Why would you even order that? I was just high. I was enjoying the idea of it. It was just. Then I look it up. Some guy at his house. It was like a ghost kitchen on Yelp.
No.
It was a guy who just like
Red Lobster.
Somehow they can make it look like Red Lobster sometimes.
God, it was a lobster. It was a lobster, but it was called like Funky Chunky or something.
No, dude, it was called Red Lobster. I'm telling you, they do this with Cracker Barrel too. It'd be like Cracker Barrel Kitchen, which is not for me, but other people. You're one of my thin friends that's like the most annoyingly supportive of fat people, actually.
I'm like one of the thin friends who's like the anti-fat bias. Like,
yeah, you're like, I'm just having like a regular Tuesday and you're like, the way we treat fat people is sick. And I'm like, wait, it's lunch. You know what I mean?
I really mean it. I mean, honestly, it's I grew up with, my mom was fat. And it was like a thing that it's like, I remember so much like it being this thing that made her feel bad, not because my mom was like stunning. And I was always like, why is my mom so beautiful and hating herself? And I was like, oh, because people are like being horrible to her.
Yeah.
And so then it made me like, I remember one time we were playing this game growing up and it was like Imagine If. And we were with our extended family. And there was a joke about like blimp or something, like a blimp, and everyone like you have to say like who's the most like this or whatever, and everyone writes a name at the table, and it was like who's the most like a blimp, and everyone put my mom's name, and it was like they all kind of laughed, right? Okay, whatever. they all kind of laughed.
It's horrible.
Yeah, no. Well, I was like 11 and I started sobbing. And I was like, you guys are cruel. And my mom was like, it's okay, Chelsea, it's okay. And like, it was one of those things where I was like, I did get really passionate about it. It pissed me off. You're like, I would have voted Kathy for blimp.
No. I wouldn't have put Kathy as blimp, but I'm telling you right now, if I was in the game and everyone wrote blimp for Caleb, I would laugh.
No, we would.
I would laugh.
No. Well, first off, it's like, who the fuck wrote blimp? It's like the writers of this are like, fat bitch is going down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like ruin some woman's Thanksgiving.
Literally, what the hell? No, but I just remember it always did make me mad because my mom was like, honestly, like kind of the most stunning in the family. So it just like it made me really, and it also ruined a chunk of my life. It ruined like 3 really good years of my life that I had eating disorder. I was so boring and disgusting during those years. And yeah, I just think it's like taking some of our best.
Yeah.
And also like, I mean, whatever. Look, you get me started. You're like, she's a thin friend who's annoying about it. I'm like, don't get me started.
You're like, watch me prove it.
I mean, it just is like, I think that the main thing that we're mad at is all the same, which is like fucking billionaires and stuff. And it's like a lot of this, the shame that is around, weight stuff for me is really just tied to money. Like once I learned that was this big freedom of like when I learned like Weight Watchers didn't start their kid program until they were going bankrupt. That was like a big freedom for me. Because growing up, like, I was being put on diets left and right and stuff like that.
Also, you said, I think we're all actually mad at billionaires. I wish that were true. I actually wish we could get more people mad at billionaires. I will never in a million years understand why so many people who should be mad at billionaires, the way that some of us righteously are still doing this fucking like, they're like going off about these stupid, like they're like, oh, you should have to have the right papers to run a taco stand in my city, and they shouldn't have male cheerleaders at the football games. I'm like, you're so fucking far off track, dude. It's crazy.
I agree. No, I think that is the thing that like makes me the most mad is that I'm like, I know more people actually don't want to just like have sex or be friends with like really frail people. I know that that's not reality, but when now it's tied to money, that's why most people I know are even engaging in it. Like the people I know who are engaging in weight loss, who like don't want to engage in weight loss, are doing it only because they're like, this will help me make more money. Yeah. And I'm like, what a nightmare.
Yeah. And it's true.
And it's true.
Yeah. And it's true.
And it's true. Did you ever do a crazy diet that was like so stupid?
No, I'm like really, I know that I'm not cut out for trying to lose weight because I've never done like a crazy diet. I've done yo-yo diets, but nothing insane. Like
I'm so fucking jealous of that, honestly.
I can't even get to the point where like I'm not even kidding. There was a time like 2 years ago when I know that I would get more work if I was thinner. Like that's just a reality. And there was a time like 2 years ago when I really considered it. And like the second time I was supposed to go to the gym and have a really hard workout, I was like, I got distracted thinking about how I was going to talk about it when I lost all the weight. And then I didn't go to the gym. Like I was like, when I lose the weight, I'm going to like really, this is how I'm going to talk about it. And
did you feel
next thing I look up and I had missed the gym. So it's like the extreme weight loss thing is like not for me. It's never coming for me.
Wait, were you kind of like sad when you thought about talking about it? Like you were like, my fans are going to be like kind of like sad that I did this?
No, I just think that when people lose a bunch of weight who were fat, they often change on a dime and go to this very like, a lot of people have a fascistic cop within them that will come out whenever the time is right. Yeah. And a lot of people who lose a bunch of weight access that part quickly where they're like, I was fucking miserable. It's disgusting what I was promoting. And it's like,
and I know I'll never go back.
Yeah, and it's like, no, actually, I think you were quite happy, and then you made a choice to lose a bunch of weight, and so for me, I'm like, when I say how I would talk about it is, I just don't think I would talk about it, and the reason I go is like, okay, but you wanted to talk about your body when you were fat, so then if you were thin, you wouldn't want to talk about it. Why is that? And I'm like, oh, I actually know why. The reason is because it's interesting to talk about being fat in a society that hates fat people. So I find it compelling to talk about my weight and my body right now. If I were for some reason to lose a bunch of weight, if a medical reason came up that I needed to, or if anything like that were to happen, which I don't currently have.
Or you naturally lose some weight and then everyone's like, good job. And it's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, if that were to happen, I would just not talk about it or engage with discussion about it because I don't view it as an accomplishment. And then it wouldn't be interesting because then you're talking about a body that is closer to or in alignment with the beauty standard so then it's like, why would I talk about that?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's not interesting now.
Yeah, I mean, I really understand. I mean, I feel like the reason that I would ever talk about like, any type of womanhood on stage is oftentimes related to like oppression, you know? Like it wouldn't come up as much, I feel like, if it wasn't like scary to live as a woman more, you know?
Yeah, I think what happens is so many people that are fat and then lose a bunch of weight, especially in the public eye, they do have things that they should have fixed about themselves that weren't weight related. And then when they lose the weight, they feel all this gratitude and validation. And so they want to honor it. And they want to be like, thank you for the validation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's like, actually what you should do with that validation is laugh at it because you don't deserve it. It's silly. It's silly to get validation for losing weight. I'm sorry, it is.
Oh, I mean.
It's like, whatever. That doesn't matter.
To me, it actually matters in a way that's like, it's really upsetting. And what I'll say is like, I've lost weight for reasons that are like when I stopped drinking as much, I like lost some weight. And I wasn't trying to. And then like I think it's the darkest part. I think if it should make you feel anything, it should be like devastating. And I don't like those people anymore. Like when someone compliments me on a weight loss and I'd never have said anywhere publicly that I'm like, that's a goal of mine or something, I like you less immediately.
See, and that's the difference too, is like, I feel like when that happened for you, I remember us talking about, we were kind of having two conversations at once where you were like, people that aren't close to me are complimenting my weight loss and it's making me ill.
It's making me really depressed.
And then I was like, yes, also, I would love to check in on your weight loss. Yes. Because I know you and know that you're not trying and do have a passive eating disorders, et cetera. And so it's different if I were to lose a bunch of weight, I would expect the people close to me to be like, hey, no worries, but is there anything we need to talk about?
That's exactly what.
Do you know what I mean?
100%. And I think a lot of people don't feel comfortable asking, "Are you okay?" because they think that could be like a triggering or something. And what I would say, and I'm sure people will disagree, but I say if a friend is losing weight and you notice when you are one-on-one, like have a check-in in that way. I would say.
Yeah.
I've had check-ins with friends and they're like, no one has brought this up at all yet.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, I like am not okay at all. Like I'm not eating. And oftentimes it doesn't have to do with trying to lose weight. It'll have to do with like a death or, a breakup or something like that.
Yeah. My favorite thing that you do, one of my favorite things that you do, there's a long list. Is that sometimes if there's something in a group of friends that desperately needs to be said, completely wrong place, wrong time. Wrong place, wrong time. Holmes just in the group will go like, you have an eating disorder. Like dinner, 6 people, not the right time, not the right place.
Well, you know what? And I say that is really true. That is so true to me.
Holmes will be like, you're being weird to everyone in the friend group lately because of your dad.
Yeah. I'll be like, people think you're mean. Everyone's scared to say it.
It'll be 100% true. And everyone else in the friend group will be like, Holmes, goddamn it.
Yeah. And then they'll be, I'll be like later, I'll be like, are you proud of me? And they'll be like, it was really the wrong place. This happened the other day, actually. I literally ran into someone I hadn't seen for a long time. And I was like, my friend is dating your ex.
Holmes.
And everyone was like, hey, but I was like, that's how I know. And that's how I thought of her or whatever. And anyway, she handled it really well. But my friend after was like, I feel like it should make people feel safe. Like, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah. I feel that you won't lie to me.
Do you feel safe around me?
I
guess you feel safe.
I don't know. I don't think, yeah, I guess so. I don't think about you being safe. I feel safe around pretty much everybody. There's no, what do you mean? Who do I feel unsafe around?
We can't, yeah, you're right. We couldn't say names. We all look at Chance at once. No,
well,
no, I'm like,
he is quite mean to me off camera.
More than safe. Don't you feel like it's like, more than safe, don't you feel like you love that about me in a real way? Like you said, it's one of your favorite things because you like that. Like sometimes. Sorry, I just want to say I don't love it because you make me feel safe. I love it because I think it's hilarious. And you love it because it needs to be said. And sometimes shit is boring.
Well, I get tired of doing it.
Yeah,
I'm the one who has to do it.
Yes, there it is.
I get tired of doing it when you're not around. So when you come around and you're like, everyone's being weird because she's being a bitch, I'm like, thank you.
I know. No, we both are the people who do it. And well, it's also I don't know, it's that thing of sometimes I'm bored of us not talking about it. When we talk about it, we get to somewhere really interesting fast normally.
Yeah.
And we just talk about the thing.
That's true.
Yeah. Whatever.
I was laughing really hard this morning thinking about the other day Holmes and I were at a coffee shop and you were being pretty erratic in a fun way. And I go,
I'm happy you're here.
For sure. But you were being really extra erratic. And I was like, hey, did you take your meds today? And Holmes goes, I don't do that anymore. And I was like, okay, hell yeah.
I don't do that anymore. I was on Zoloft for 10 years. I'm here to say I'm not on Zoloft anymore. And honestly, well, okay, here's what I'd like to say. I think I'm also prescribed Adderall, which is so crazy that I could be this insane and they're like, actually go on an upper because we want you to work more. It's like, you want this bitch to go to work harder? That's crazy to me. But for the Zoloft of it all, I think that, hey, if you need to be medicated for your mental health, be medicated. I support medication. I also think this thing is going on where our country and the world are in pretty fucked places and groups are getting more and more scared for their life in really, really fair ways. And then we're going to a therapist about it or a psychiatrist, which I love therapy, but you'll go to a psychiatrist and they'll be like, okay, you know what the solution is? Let's get you medicated so you don't have to feel sad about this. And I understand that. And if it's in a place where you're going to kill yourself, please take the medicine. But I think it does bother me a little bit that a lot of feelings of sadness I am having are really not chemical imbalance, are really valid because I'm no, billionaires are taking money from everyone. Everyone I know doesn't have enough money, we're having black and brown people taken off the streets all the time for doing nothing. And so I think that has been bothering me lately because I've had more and more friends who've never been medicated or starting to get medicated right now.
Yeah.
And it just is yeah, I think that chemical depression is a thing. Bipolar, OCD, please take your meds if that makes your life better. I just do want it to be hey, let's have a long-term solution, which is fixing these things that are making everyone really depressed.
Yeah, it feels like gaslighting at a certain point when it's this. There's this thing that I feel has always been in conflict, which is the societal push on everyone to be happy all the time. Happy as like a state of being, and happy as a description of a person. Like, are you a happy person?
Right.
And it's like, well, no, that's not a description of a person. I am sometimes quite happy. I am sometimes quite sad. I would love to be happy more often than I'm sad. But there's that push from society and messaging to be a capital H, capital P, happy person, which doesn't exist. And that's not how people work.
Right.
And then at the same time, it's coinciding with really bleak, sad, dark, fucked up realities of immigrants getting rounded up in the streets and a billion, like too many things actually to keep track of.
Too many things. And then it's like, they're like, hey, so don't actually ignore all of that and take this medication. So you don't even feel anything at all. And it just is like, once again, I can't say enough. Please take your meds if you need your meds. I just do want to validate the people who are like, I wish I wasn't spending more. I think it makes me upset too, because meds cost money. So I'm like, we're telling like broke people to pay more money to feel less sad about things that like shouldn't be going on at all.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And it's like, look, but this is the constant give and take, right? Of like, what we can do is get you on meds if you need them right now. Take your meds if you need them. Mm-hmm. What we can't do is wake up tomorrow and have a better country for immigrants, right? So like, we actually can't, like, if you were my therapist, you and I can't make that happen much as we would like to.
Therapists are not doing well right now.
No. So it's like, we have to find the solution that's going to help you work through all of it as you work. But there has to be some kind of like acknowledgement that being sad is a natural response to, I am a happy person and I'm trying to be happy at the same time that I do the work and hold the despair. And like, I want to like work on the things that I think I can help make better while also being sad about them.
Me too.
And also having fun. I'm trying to balance all of those.
Yes.
But it does feel crazy sometimes when people are like, oh, well, the point is being happy. And I'm like, right, but everything is stacked against us right now, it feels like.
Right. And I think that even like, I don't know, we were talking about weight loss or a second ago. And for me, like movement was really like taken from me at a young age. I felt like running and any type of working out, it was, which is something that does actually give me chemicals to feel happier. But it was so associated with like, lose enough weight so this guy wants to have sex with you, and I was like, I don't really like that guy. So actually no thanks. And now in the last like the last like 10 years, I guess I've gotten better and better at being like, oh, I really like exercise because it makes me not want to kill myself. I
think really the last 4 years too.
I think
you've gotten really, really good at being like, I've heard you be like, I have to move my body or I'm gonna feel like shit later. Like I've heard you like say it out loud more, you know?
Because I think I want people to, I think it's so associated with weight loss and it really bugs me because it's so like, even like Pilates, for example, is like so associated with like white bougie girl who is like, you know, like get Gracie Abram abs or whatever. And it's like, or like, don't kill yourself, you know? Like for me, it's like very associated with like, no, that actually was meditative to me. I couldn't look at my phone. I was in a class like with a group of people and we all like got stronger and I got some endorphins and it doesn't have to do with what my body looks like at all. In fact, my boobs lost 2 sizes, which has sucked.
Oh, I know. I've hated looking at your boobs since then.
Well, it has sucked because it's like...
I used to love them because they were so big and fun.
I didn't know how much I was relying on them. I didn't know how much it was like a little tool. So if I just like wanted like something, just like big boobs, like boobs have a hold on people in a way that people aren't addressing. Like
I know.
Like
I've been saying this since childhood.
Yeah, shut up.
I'm like, what is the thing with boobs?
What is the thing with? I feel like even for gay guys, it does sometimes.
I did Stavi's podcast yesterday, and he was talking about how much he loves big tits. And literally, I in the moment had to say, Stav, I've never felt further away from you. Like I was just like, to hear you talk like that, and I know that you're like that, but I'm like, to hear you talk like that is so upsetting. I feel far from my friends. Welcome to Freaky Season. Angry Orchard has partnered with Jason Universe this fall to bring some new sweet treats. That was my nickname in college. And I'm not talking about sweet treats. I'm talking about Freaky Season. A new limited edition glow-in-the-dark thriller pack that includes 4 unique flavors, including blood orange, inspired by the Jason Voorhees. Is that the one with the mask? You can get their special collectible Jason crisp apple flavor in 16-ounce and 24-ounce cans. And last but not least, just in time for movie nights, Sweet Revenge, a 13-minute short vignette that brings Jason back to the screen for the first time in 16 years, directed by Mike P. Nelson, is now available on Angry Orchard's website. Grab freaky good cider from Angry Orchard at angryorchard.com/Halloween. And hell, while you're there, watch the new Jason vignette, Sweet Revenge, and shop the collab merch. Today's episode is brought to you by Alma. Alma's on a mission to simplify access to high-quality, affordable mental health care. Alma has built a community of over 20,000 diverse therapists. Therapists on the platform offer both in-person and virtual care, while online tools and resources can be a useful starting point or supplement. Human relationships are an irreplaceable part of mental health care. Alma can help you find someone who will work with you on your specific needs and goals and support you in making real progress and improving your mental health. Alma makes things real simple to find a therapist. Some people, I'm not even going to lie to you guys, they turn to impersonal online resources like forums or chatbots. And if you're turning to chatbots for mental health, you got a long way to go because they think finding a therapist is expensive and difficult. Not so. The directory makes it easy to find therapists that take your insurance and meet your unique needs with filters like gender, race, therapeutic approach, and more. Know the cost of your sessions up front using Alma's cost estimator tool. At Alma, 97% of therapists accept insurance, including, some of my favorites, United, Aetna, Cigna, and more even. Better with people, better with Alma. Visit helloalma.com/sotrue to get started and schedule a free consultation today. That's helloalma.com/SOTRUE.
I mean, I think I'm forgiving about boob stuff more than other people because like growing up, bean dipping my mom was like a huge pastime for me. Like I like loved to bean dip my mom in a way that like she like really didn't like it, but I thought it was so funny.
You're like, do not call my mom a blimp, bean dip. Kathy's like, are you a friend or a foe?
I was like, my mom is fucking stunning. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, it was really, really bad. Well, one time
you think she's fat? Look at this.
I'm like, she's going to lose weight. These are going to be gone. No, my dad one time did it, I guess, because he like, when I was out of town, he did it because he was like missing me. And she like called me and she was like, you've created a huge issue. she was like, Tom just being
I wish people knew your dad. Your dad, like Tom, like Holmes' dad is one of my favorite people on earth. And his energy is very like, hey guys, how's it going?
Well, he has 3 like woman lunatics around who like all have like really big feelings. I mean, we're all like very smart and cool too. But I
remember the first time that I was around and he got to talk about football with someone and I thought he was going to cry.
Well,
it was crazy.
I told you one time that we found him. We lived at the time my parents lived in like a high-rise apartment, like an apartment building, no backyard, high up. And he went to the bathroom with my mom and I saw that he was like searching grills. Nowhere for a grill. One of those things where I was like, he wanted like a whole different life than we gave him. He wanted to be like playing football and like grilling with the boys.
Truly.
And instead we were like, I was like really, really bad at sports. And I was like, you will be going to musicals and we will be lashing out.
I remember the first time I really connected with your dad was that it was you and your sibling and Kathy. And I went over to Tom. He was like sitting off somewhere on the side. And I was like, Tom, what do you think of the Chiefs this season? And he was like, well, I'm feeling pretty good. It was like he was going to cry.
He's like, we can talk about Wicked if you want. No, he's so used to it. Well, my favorite thing.
He's like, Dobby doesn't talk about sports. Dobby talks about Wicked.
I mean, he does love a fantasy book. That's why he's very surprising. Like, it's really, really cool. He just retired. He just retired and he's finally like letting himself like think about like, larger ideas, which is really beautiful to watch. But I want to give my dad credit because I talk about how much I love my mom so much. I'm obsessed with her. She's so funny. Where my dad, like the thing I love the most about him is he changes his mind. Like I remember when I went to college, I was like, we've only been in 3 fights my whole life. And I remember when I went to college, I came back to visit him and my mom for a second. And I was like, oh my God, we were drinking IPAs together. That was like a big thing we had in common. And I was like, everyone at college is getting dad. Like all the girls are getting all the time. It's out of control. And he was like, he got really upset because like he would never, and he was like really heated. He was like, no, he was like, the cops would catch him, And I was like, they're not catching him. And we got in like this huge fight for real. And then literally like 2 weeks later, he called me and he was like, honey, I'm so sorry. The cops are not catching him. And he like fully like admitted that he was wrong. He was like, I read some articles. It is a huge problem on college campuses. Like I did not know. And it's like, he's always been like that, like Republican to Democrat. He is always like, just like he had 2 daughters who like want to talk about like, who want him to learn. And like, we learn from him all the time. And he like actually learns and changes his mind. And I just think that like was the most beautiful thing I could ever learn from a dad.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Well, shout out changing your mind. I know when's the last time you changed, I love to ask this. When's the last time you changed your mind?
I don't need to.
You have all perfect views?
Yeah, I don't need to.
What's the last thing you learned that excited you?
I'm trying to think if I have changed my mind. What have I changed my mind about? You would know.
Last time you said ice cream. Last time I asked you, you liked pistachio ice cream.
What else is there? You would know. What have I changed my mind about? You would know better than me, maybe. What have I changed my mind
I
about?
think sometimes people, which I wouldn't name any of them. I think sometimes like a person will change our mind on people sometimes.
Very rarely. I'll admit it though. I will say I'll admit
like
when
a
I'm
good
wrong about
way.
somebody.
Like I think like sometimes, yeah, we can get a bad impression and then.
Yeah, but I'm almost always right about that is the thing. I really am. I will say, I admit, I've come to you and been like, hey, that person I told you I didn't like, I was wrong about them. They turned out to be very cool. But I am almost always right about that one. I think more often than changing my mind about someone, I get proven right. And that's really fun.
Shut up. You do change your mind sometimes.
Sometimes, but I'm saying every person I've tried to think of that I had a negative opinion of, what I'm thinking of is the time I learned more that I was right. There's a hole in my sock that I know is going to come up. And my socks are like, these are clean socks, mind you, but they have just like a bunch of fucking lint on them.
I really understand. I mean, my washer and dryer is a nightmare.
Like why do my socks always get fuzzies on them?
They get fuzzies on them. Mine will randomly, I'll pull them out. They'll have like, I told you, like my clothes will have like oil on them. I'll have like, they'll have oil on them. The washer, I live in a place right now, washer and dryer. And it just has
behind the cameras, Chance.
Hey, Chance. It has a mold smell.
Obviously, we'll cut this. It's just like, it gets
Chance.
to a point.
God, fuck, Chance.
Thank you, Chance. Yeah, not doing the bit.
Fuck.
Holmes being like, Chance, give me a kiss.
Yeah, it's okay.
What is on it? I think I'm actually maybe not very good at doing bits on podcast.
Have you, what?
Like, I feel like I'm like, like, I think sometimes.
All you do is bits.
Like, I just like want to talk. Like, I think I'm just like talking to you as a friend. Like, I think people would be surprised about how much like our relationship is actually serious, and then how we do comedy. Like we laugh all the time.
Yeah.
But like, we also like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not like doing bits all the time. Us.
No, I don't get to a lot. I have to field a lot of crises.
Shut up.
With you.
I mean, whatever. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Do you know what I mean when someone's like, I have a new bit? Like when people are like, I have a new bit I want to do. And I'm always like, we're not doing that in our friendship. Maybe we'll just do it. I mean, you'll trust fall on me or whatever.
What?
Like bits. Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
I know, I'm just confused about what you mean, like specifically on podcasts or like in life?
Just in like day-to-day life. Like, I'm like, I don't think I'm like super bitty. Like, I think I'm like kind of wild and weirdo all the time, but I'm not like, this is my new bit that's going around.
Yeah, I guess I do know what you mean. You don't have like, yeah. Sorry. I was just really,
I'm just saying like, I'm like, maybe it's like, you're like, you need to be medicated again to scratch everything we said.
I'm not sure that you don't need to be medicated again. I'm keeping tabs. I'm looking into things for you.
I don't even, have you ever tried medication?
No, I'm strong.
Shut up.
Kidding.
I'm really strong and I don't need meds.
I haven't tried
therapy.
meds. I consider it though.
Yeah.
The issue for me with meds is that I'm like, sure. Do I think that it's hard because I'm not depressed anymore. And that was my big thing. That was like my big, like suicidal depression was my big thing.
And that's fucking huge.
And I got over it on my own. And if you get over it with meds, if you get over it without them, it doesn't matter. Getting over it with meds is also getting over it on your own, just in a different way.
How much do you think is tied to money? Being less depressed.
I fixed it before that.
Okay,
I fixed
really
it before money. But money, I have said many times on this show, anybody who tells you that money won't fix your problems is a lie.
I know. I think about this a lot.
I got some money and pretty much everything went away. I mean, it's crazy. And now I know what they mean when they say that, but it's like, yeah, any idiot would know that. Like, they're like, it won't make you not like deal with regular stuff that humans deal with. It's like, duh. But
Yeah.
it did fix like most of my material problems, like being able to help my mom with her bills. She doesn't need help, but being able to help her with her bills.
You do, yeah.
Knowing she's taken care of, knowing that I have a place, like even having a house that like I don't stay at all the time that I can let people stay at for free. Like that kind of stuff gives you an amount of like security and worth as well.
Mm-hmm.
That like, yeah, money fixed pretty much all my problems. But I worked on my mental health. Luckily, I got to a place in my mental health before that was good.
You did.
And also, I'm glad that I loved myself before I got attention, because attention is, we really don't have to talk about it. I talk about it simply too much, but attention is a really insidious force and it's very poisonous. And I think I've watched so many smart, charming, lovely people fall prey to fame. Mm-hmm. And they become so boring and psychotic and out of touch and crazy that you just see how poisonous it is. And if you don't love yourself before you get it, it'll destroy you, I think.
Totally. I feel like I mean, you know me, like I've actively hurt my career multiple times from trying to run away from attention because I get so scared of losing myself, I feel.
Yeah. Do you want to put your finger in my sock?
I do. Look at that. Oh, I can't actually, it's not big enough yet.
You can, it's just there's a toe right there. There's a toe right there.
Look at this. Do whatever you want to do with this footage, okay?
Ew, no! Don't make it sexual while you're in there.
Whatever.
You were in my crevasse.
Oh, in my crevasse.
Don't be sexual when you're in my crevasse.
Whatever.
Stop. I know we're gonna hook up someday. It's like not necessary to talk about.
I wanted to bring it up because I was like, no, I wanted to bring up that I think sometimes that something that people don't always know about you is how romantic you make your friendships. And I was like, I actually was curious to ask you sometime, like, do you do that intentionally? Like, are you aware of that you make sure your friendships have like a level of romance to them? Like sometimes I have more romance with you than like I will with a crush.
So that's actually a different problem than you think it is.
No, it's not. It's really sweet. Like, it's like, I don't know. Like, it feels like this thing of like, I don't know. Do you only consider romance in romantic relationships? I mean, that was dumb to say. Only in like sexual relationships?
No, I think life is romantic. I think there are romance in my friendships, but I think that what you're keying in on is just that you're kind of,
Our friendship is romantic.
Our friendship is romantic. And then also you get around someone you have a crush on and behave in a way that like, you're like Nell from the movie Nell.
Don't fucking bring Nell into this.
You start acting like Nell.
No, it is actually so scary because I love the trees as well.
It's really nuts.
I'm fully Nell mode. Nell and I have so much in common. I have more in common with Nell than Alex Cooper.
I made Holmes show me their Hinge profile the other day.
And it wasn't horrible.
No, it wasn't horrible. One of the slides was just a video of trees with no context. And I was
they were like frozen.
I was like winter trees. And I was like, hey, so this is the kind of thing that's going to not make a ton of sense to somebody who doesn't know. Like, I know what the trees mean to you, but I'm like, maybe we put like at least a joke caption on it or anything at all to make the trees make sense on the profile.
I need them to know that they're going to come up, you know?
No, I'm totally agree. The tree, it's something to know about you is the thing with the trees, but
is the thing with the trees.
But I'm like, we need to include some context. Otherwise you look a little bit like a serial killer.
I would never kill. Were you ever obsessed with a serial killer? Like growing up? Would you like research them a ton?
Oh, sure. Plenty of them. I think they're fascinating.
Right. Because they had to have a charisma.
They'd have a charisma, and also we used to have so many more serial killers before the like surveillance state.
For DNA testing too.
Yeah, and now that we live in the panopticon, you can't really have serial killers much anymore. But which is like, look, with surveillance, we're getting some goods and some bads. We're getting rid of serial killers. That's cool.
Everything, literally.
We're also living a life that none of us recognize.
No one's eating, no energy to kill.
Quite sad, yeah. But before the panopticon, you used to have really interesting serial killers.
It was crazy. I remember Florida State. It was Ted Bundy's last stop, and I like went to school there.
Last stop
on
his tour.
Yeah, last stop. Hey guys, I'm coming through Tallahassee.
He kind of did a campus tour. Yeah,
he did a campus tour, and it was a scary energy. People talked about it. It was a nightmare, and I researched it so much that I was just like, you should like study other things you're into. You know.
Yeah,
just like Ted Bundy over and over.
It's just scary too. Now we know so much, and we're so distrustful of each other because it really used to be like, I feel like in the 70s. People, a guy with like his arm in a sling would just be like, "Can you help me put these rugs in this van?" And it's the middle of the night, and like a single woman would be like, "Absolutely." Now we don't trust each other because they turned into killings.
I know. My aunt Carol used to literally hitchhike to work every day.
That's
like,
cool.
They'll tell stories like that, and I'm like, every day.
You should be able to do shit like that.
Well, something that we're not talking about enough is that I actually think like 80% of people are good. I really actually think like 80%. Like people think it's like we're in like 50-50. We're so divided. I'm like, no, I really think there's like a 20% lunatic pocket, and they're like really, really making the 80% like everyone mad at each other. I don't think it's that many.
I think the 10-80-10 rule is true about most things. And in terms of people, I think it's 10% of people are truly evil, like truly, truly evil people.
Shout out.
10% are truly angelic, like undeniably good. And the other 80 are just floating kind of somewhere in the day-to-day. That seems more correct to me.
You're angelic?
For sure. No, I think I'm probably in the 80.
I'm probably in the 80. We know
when I think of like truly
some of the 10s.
Angelic people, yeah.
We know some of the 10s.
We do.
I think you are one of the 10.
Thank you. That's very sweet. I put you in the 80. Folks, with prices going up on just about everything lately, being smart with your money isn't just a good idea, it's essential. But managing subscriptions, tracking, spending, and cutting costs can feel overwhelming. Lucky for you, Rocket Money takes the guesswork out of it so you can easily make smart decisions. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. See all your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. From ones you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you. They automatically scan your bills to find opportunities to save. Then you can ask them to negotiate for you. They'll deal with customer service so you don't have to. Rocket Money has saved users over $2.5 billion, including over $880 million in canceled subscriptions alone. Their 10 million members save up to $740 a year when they use all the app's premium features. $740? You could probably buy a freaking gallon of milk with that these days. With the way things are going. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/showtrue today. Next. Aura frames are the one gift that never gets old. Just like my charm. It's the perfect gift to remind your loved ones of all the wonderful memories you've shared, all in one convenient place. During the holidays, my family is constantly taking pictures to preserve all the good times we're having to look back on fondly. And the best place I can think to put all those memories is inside a brand new Aura frame, sitting right on the living room mantle. You can upload unlimited photos and videos. Just download the Aura app and connect to Wi-Fi with no hidden fees. And every frame comes in a packaged in a premium gift box with no price tag, ready for your friends and family to dig right in and enjoy. No price tag for those nosy freaks in your family. They'll never know what it cost. It could be $1 million for all they know, especially your dumb grandma. Named number 1 by Wirecutter, you can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com. For a limited time, listeners can get $20 off their best-selling Carver matte frame with code SOTRUE. That's AURAFrames.com, promo code SOTRUE. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Would you please? I'm a humble content farmer, and I need your help. Terms and conditions apply. Goodbye. So we've all heard we're eating a credit card's worth of plastic a week. I hadn't, and that really sucks. You can make the switch to Blue Land across all the cleaning products in your house. Their products meet the highest standard of clean. They're effective, yet they're gentle on your family and planet. Blue Land was also named an EPA Safer Choice Partner of the Year. From cleaning sprays and toilet bowl cleaner to dishwasher and laundry detergent tablets, Blue Land's formulas are 100% microplastic free. Made with certified clean ingredients, free from chlorine, bleach, and harsh chemicals that are safe to use around the house. You'll love not having to choose between the safe option and what actually gets the house clean. And their laundry tablets are proven to lift the toughest stains, from grass stains to food stains. I'm always getting grass stains these days. Blue Land is on a mission to make it easier for everyone to make sustainable choices. They believe that hardworking, clean products can be the norm, not the exception, so that you can do better for your family and your planet at the same time. Blue Land products are independently tested to perform alongside major brands and are free from dyes, bleach, and harsh chemicals. Blue Land has a special offer for our listeners. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Right now, you can get 15% off your first order by going to blueland.com/showtrue. You don't want to miss this. blueland.com/showtrue for 15% off. That's blueland.com/showtrue to get 15% off. No, I don't think it's probably, with people, I don't think it's probably actually 10-80-10. I think it's like really, truly evil, horrible people. I think it's really, truly like less than 1%. Like, I just don't think most people are like that.
I think it's really, really small, and I think that they've done some really, really good work recently. I like making us think it's a lot more.
Well, also, evil people have just done some good work recently.
They've done some good work
If
recently.
you like evil, you gotta love. We're living through like the 90s bulls right now.
You gotta love this shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Stephen Miller's evil freak ass is like, he's in power somehow, and he's getting his shit done.
I know, but they're starting to be upset. Like, I saw Curtis Yarvin the other day was like, this is a mess. I'm gonna leave the country. And I was like, oh, you guys are fighting.
Okay, the girls are fighting, yeah.
The girls are fighting, which means the world, you know? I don't know.
I would say if I said what I thought about Stephen Miller on this podcast, I would be in one of those old-timey medieval town square stalks by tomorrow morning.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Would you live in a world with no phones if you could, even though this is such a part of your life?
Do I have to be poor in it?
Do you have to? It'd be so crazy. I'm like, and you have to be living in the streets. No, you don't have to. You don't have to be at all.
I get to have the life I have now, but none of us have phones.
I didn't say that. You get to, I don't know that your financial situation, it could be, but there's no phones. Phones never existed versus they existed.
Yeah. I would undo them. I would have, if I had my power, no matter what it did to my life, I would stop us at the BlackBerry. I think the BlackBerry should have been the end of it.
Yeah.
The BlackBerry should have been the end of it. People were emailing on there. They were texting, but it was kind of hard.
I don't even know who created it.
They had phone calls.
Which
we don't
rocks.
need to. We didn't need to. We didn't used to know about these freaks.
That rocks. Like, I love that I didn't know that.
We didn't used to know about fucking CEOs.
I know. It's probably like Sierra BlackBerry. She's like walking around minding her own business.
Probably not, but that doesn't matter. It's like...
It was a girl.
It might have been a girl, but I don't think her name was probably Sierra BlackBerry.
We know who she was.
It was. We know Sierra BlackBerry.
I miss her.
Yeah, I love her. I miss somebody I never met.
All the time. Or the other day we were talking about missing people and having to be like a person, like having to be like missing someone versus like a specific person versus just like the feeling of like longing for love, you know? And then I quoted Florence and the Machine, and Caleb said, never do that again to me.
Well, we were having like an earnest conversation about like missing a person versus missing a love, and when they're the same and when they're different, and missing like a routine. And we were being very vulnerable. And then Holmes goes,
I want you so badly, you could be anyone.
This is exactly what Holmes did to me. Holmes goes, I want you so badly, you could be anyone, Florence and the Machine. and it stopped me dead in my tracks. And I went, okay, don't ever do that again. But absolutely.
Well, okay, so there's a book called, I believe it's called They Can't Kill Us Until They Kill Us by Hanif Abdurraqib.
He's amazing.
He's amazing.
I love that book.
And I love that book. And I wasn't a big Florence person. And he talked about that in it. And it really stuck with me because I feel like I feel that feeling a lot. And I used to let that have me be in romantic relationships sometimes when I wasn't ready because I had that feeling so strongly. And I just like, that book is just so good because I'm just like, I don't know, we can talk about music all day long, but you're right. I should have just locked in and not brought up a quote. I'm like, Dr. Seuss.
It was beautiful. No, I do love that book. His reviews are incredible.
He's so incredible. And I just like, like live shows, comedy, music, they mean so much to me in every single way. I think live performance has like saved my life. I really believe that. And he does such a good job at like talking about it while also like connecting it with our day-to-day life.
Yeah. What are you excited about right now? What's making you excited?
I'm really excited that I live here.
You moved to New York. This is huge.
I moved to New York. I feel
you kind of fought me tooth and nail every step of the way, but
shut up.
We got it done.
I feel really, really, I feel really happy about it. I feel really lucky about it. And I also feel really excited about the fact that, I mean, I feel like you're going to make fun of me, but I feel really excited about like the people power right now. Like I feel excited that I know that we are going to get through this. I have like hope finally again. Like I would say this summer I was lacking hope, but I was doing everything I could with people. And I was like, ICE was going to be in LA so much. And I didn't have hope. I was just feeling really, really, really down at the same time. And I have hope again in a real way. And I think it's because I drove across the country. I've been to move here. I've been talking to so many people all the time. And I'm just like, I really, really, really believe that 80% thing that I talked about. And I think that in my lifetime, I'm going to see like us not be run by billionaires. I think I'm going to see that. Like I'll talk to some people and they're like, I don't think that I'll see that in my lifetime. And I'm like, I think I'll really see it in my lifetime. So those are the things I feel excited about. I feel excited about like general humanity for real. And then I also feel really excited to live in New York in a way that like I couldn't have afforded when I got right out of college. And like a lot of my friends moved here right then and I couldn't afford that. I lived in Chicago, which was the best decision of my life. And now I get to live here and it's just the best ever. And I've been out at like shows all the time. It just, it makes me really happy.
It's so funny the things you think I'm going to make fun of you for because right before you say Florence and the Machine, that doesn't trigger in your brain. But right before you say you're like inspired by people power, something that we talk earnestly about like every day of our lives.
Well, I just like, I didn't know if the wording would. I just, I feel really, really inspired about that right now. I do. And I feel, the New York, I feel happier about too, because I'm gonna make myself like dance more and stuff. Like that's something I've like lost in the last few years. Like I don't go dancing at all anymore. And like I was here the other night, and we were talking about that. Like where are good places to go out? Like I just feel, I feel happy about being alive.
Me too. I like that for you. I'm glad you feel that way.
Is there something else coming up for you that you're excited about?
Oh man.
Insanity.
I'm tired and I've got more tire coming up, but
You're working too much.
I am. I'm just working too much, and I don't really see the end of it. Kind of at the moment, it's like technically I'll get a break in like a month and a half after a really really tough coming up month and a half, and I would like to. I'm excited for that hypothetically, but now I'm getting to the point where every single week since the beginning of this year, I have felt excited for the break that was to come, and then it's been taken away from me, and sort of snatched away from me.
Snatched away.
And so I'm like now it's hard to even get excited about a potential break because they just don't come in the way that I need them. So I'm really, really hoping that I get the end of the year off, and that would be exciting to me.
You're going to get it off, and you're just going to have to say it. You teach me to say no all the time. You just are going to have to be like, I won't do anything.
I said no so much this year, and it didn't save me. That's the issue.
He's too successful, bitches.
Well, it's a good year. I'm excited. I'm grateful. It was all good things this year. It was all things I wanted to do, and I'm so grateful. I'm just like...
No, it's like
it's
you
work.
need time
it's really hard work.
It's work.
Yeah.
It's work.
It's work to make everything... It's work.
It's work, honey.
It's work, honey. Boots.
It's boots. So how did you feel about Diane?
What?
Passing. Did that affect? Did she mean a lot to you?
Diane Keaton?
Yeah, I just thought about her when you just. I don't know what that. When I was doing us playing reminded me of her.
I love her.
I love her.
It meant a lot to me.
I know.
Do you know what? Actually, one time, I do love her. I'm so sad that she's gone. Obviously,
but what an inspiration.
She really is. And there's something I think about all the time that I think about her constantly. Where I was in LA one time, and this guy, I was like next to him at a coffee shop. And he was talking to his friend, and I knew his friend, but I didn't know him. And then they kind of got to that point in the conversation where they were kind of catching up while I was ordering. And he goes,
"You're like, hello."
I was like, "I'm here." And no, it was sweet. It was nice. They were like catching up, and I was kind of listening. And the guy goes, a tree fell on my car. I'm so pissed. And I in my head, I was like, "Oh damn, that really sucks." And his friend goes, "Oh fuck, I'm so sorry." And he goes, "Yeah, it's kind of cool though. It was Diane Keaton's tree." And I, to this day, I like, it occurred that like I was ordering the coffee and I had to lock in, and then they kind of moved over to the table, and there was never a natural moment to find out if he was being earnest or not. But to this day, I don't know. He had
to be earnest.
I don't know if that was a bit or like a very funny, but he literally like lit up.
Funny.
He was like, it was Diane Keaton's tree.
It was Diane's paying for my car to be fixed. Well, also, like, Diane she'd be like, she'd handle that.
Well, her insurance would have to, yeah.
I'm like, she handled it
she
herself.
Did it.
She came out.
She thumbed out $100
She's a mechanic. Yeah,
bills.
she's like fixing the window. I will say, because like as you know, like I've after honestly AA, I was like, okay, I need some type of higher power. I don't believe in like this God people talk about, but I am understanding that I would like one, and so that's when I decided that it's going to be trees, and it's been going well.
This, yeah.
It's been going well, but I will say they have had my back since it happened. He like rolled his eyes a little, but I'm like, it has.
I didn't roll my eyes.
They've had my back since it happened. Like this girl who I do not like, a tree fell on her. And that was after I started praying for them.
I know. I remember that.
I know. When I was like, I couldn't believe it. When it happened, I was like, you guys, you don't have to be like that. Like, I was like, I love you back, but like, you don't have to hit her.
It's obviously, you know that it's hard for me when you say, when you say that the trees have your back. I struggle and I come from a place of love.
They do. Well, you have some type of higher power.
Yeah.
You can't put it in an object.
It could totally be
clouds. You're more cloudy. You love a cloud. You look at the sky and admire a cloud.
I like a sunset. Yeah.
I
think God is in the trees as much as God is in anything.
Sunset takes someone out. That'd be really fucking nuts.
Yeah, it does. Sometimes the sky takes people out, and I never think that it's like the earth acting on my behalf. But I loved when the tree fell on the woman, and I'm happy for you. And she was okay.
She was okay. If she got hurt at all, I would be like, they would never do that though. They decided to teach her a lesson.
Yeah.
If a tree falls nearby, like just know, like
they got Greg Abbott.
Wait, what did they?
A tree got Greg Abbott. Did you not know that?
There's so much news that I don't even know this.
Well, Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas,
he got hit by a tree?
He's in a wheelchair because he was on a run when he was in like his 20s and a tree fell on him. Big God guy, by the way.
Big God guy.
Big God guy. Thinks God's on his side.
You know what? Not a big tree guy.
Yeah, well, he should have been praying to the trees, maybe.
Yeah, God might be mad at me, but the trees, they love me every fucking day.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that.
People got so mad at Jasmine Crockett when she called him Governor Hot Wheels. Then I'm like, hey, when you're that evil, everything's back on the table. Sorry.
She's also a legend. I love her so much.
Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah, she cracks me up pretty often.
I just love her so much. I just think it's like I am someone who has never been a big, like, I didn't study political science. I don't understand the government that much. I've had to learn way more than I would have liked to. I'll tell you that much. And Jasmine is like, I just love that she'll like pop online and talk to us like a person. Cause she's like, okay, if we're all online right now, then I'll be talking to you guys too. Like, it feels like so many people in the government are still like wearing the wigs or whatever, you know?
Yeah. I do. I like, she has a very approachable nature, which I like.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
She's like smart as hell. And it's like,
yeah, I wish that she would do a little less clapping back and a little more like, I think the left has an issue with policy in general, and it's not a Jasmine Crockett problem, it's a left problem.
yeah.
But I wish that more of our firebrands would get on message a little bit harder and to the point. But that all is to say, I'm saying all this to say, if she were to run, I would have some real notes.
Yeah.
For something like bigger. But I love what she's doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with AOC. AOC is actually
I love her.
on the opposite end of the spectrum for me sometimes, where I'm like, we're a little too mired down in the message. There has to be kind of a happy medium. We need like a firebrand who does the message really well.
For me, because like I said, you get me in the government, everything's worse than it could be. You can only imagine. So I'm like the people who are calling out the things that I think are horrible and are around really, really scary men all the time who hate them. I'm like, I love you. I support you. I'm not going to definitely not going to donate to your campaign like you text me to all the time, but I will support you and I'll heart it every single time.
That's like the one, if we could really if I could snap my fingers and have one thing, it would be getting the fucking money out of politics.
Gavin Newsom texting me every single day to donate to him. I'm like, bitch, you have more money than me every single day and you always will.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And I have more money than all my friends. I'm like, and you're texting them too. I'm like, stop texting us. Like, it is actually out of control. Him acting like that's the only way. I'm like, you have more work than I have done. You know, I use more like fancy lotion than my friends. Like, I'm like, we're like in a bad state if you keep asking us for money.
Dude, I'm torn because I think two things are true. Like, number one, I'm not voting for Gavin Newsom, and that's where I'm at. That's how I feel in my heart. And then I see people being like, why does the left always destroy our candidates before they even have a chance? And I kind of understand what is being said by that.
I understand that.
But he's not the left either. Like, he's like backpedaling on trans rights. He's like been horrible about homeless people.
Horrible.
Like, he is not our guy, and I don't want to vote for him, and I won't. But yeah, I'm torn on all that. I mean, we're not there yet, but I'm
trying to not think of like, for me, I'm like, okay, what can happen in my community right now? What is like the next thing right now versus like,
well, for sure, that's my actions. I'm talking about my beliefs.
Totally. I'm saying that I keep seeing this discourse, you know, on TikTok about him, and I'm like, yeah, I disagree with a lot of stuff he's doing, but I also do like anyone right now, or like I do support in a soft way anyone right now who is like going against full dictatorship.
Yeah. I wish we could get a fucking working person.
Yes.
I wish we could get a working person. I wish we could get an organizer, a fucking like union organizer from the South. Like, I wish we could get a person who has an actual job, who's not a fucking fake figurehead for a company, who's not a politician,
who's not super rich.
A real working person who lives in a real place that understands the issues and has some charisma. I wish we could get them, pour all this fucking money that is always being thrown around behind them, and do something like that instead.
I think that we will.
I would love that.
I think we will. I mean, I think that Zoran shows. I mean, I remember when I followed Zoran, he had like, I don't know, like 27,000 followers or something. It's like, what he's at, like almost like over 4 million. And it's like, he's just one example of like how hungry everyone is for exactly what you're saying. Yeah. I don't think he's like this. I don't think he's one in a million people. I think there are more people like Zoran. And I think that Zoran, the movement behind him right now has shown how hungry people are for exactly that. So
I think he's great for New York.
Yes.
I think he's great for New York. I'm very excited about him for New York. And we need to find the things that work about somebody like Zoran
for the other places
and make it work for everywhere.
Yes.
It's like here, Zoran is perfect for New York. And now we need to find like, I think Graham Plattner is that person in Maine probably. He's like an oyster farmer from over there.
Yeah, very cool.
I think like a teacher is probably that person for Iowa. Like finding who that is for every place.
I would love to get teachers on a mic more and more is what I would like to say. My teacher friends were already not doing well. And lately it is worse than I can imagine. I'd love to get a teacher on the mic.
Would be fun.
Yes, 100%. Gavin Newsom's
not one of those annoying ones.
Gavin's your teacher. He would never.
Some teachers are annoying.
Who's the worst teacher you had?
I'm not going to say her name. I won't dignify her with that. But she knows who she is.
Who's the best teacher you ever had and why?
Pam Constant, my high school English teacher.
Pam Constant. Did she come to stand-up shows?
I don't know if she's been. I don't think she's been to one.
When we first started doing shows together, randomly, like afterwards, someone would be like, "I taught Caleb in high school," and I'd be like, "They're coming out to shows."
I
Mine
had
would
some
never.
teachers that come out. I had some great teachers across the board. Pam's just the Miss Constant is the person I connected to the most, and we've had like quite a few lunches since I graduated. We like keep in touch.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, she's just great. She was just like she was ally in a fun way where she wasn't like trying to be that thing like some teachers were. Like some teachers were trying to be your hero, and she was just like
they were like had like a rainbow flag. Like
no, not even that, but just like trying too hard to be like cool with the kids. Where Pam was like, I'm not your friend, but if you need anything, let me know.
Right.
You know, it was very like boundaried and like and she's a great teacher too. She cares about writing and reading a lot.
Yeah.
And she taught writing in a way that I thought was really beautiful.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, I'm your teacher, not your friend.
Yeah.
That's always like a parenting style that I think is really interesting. Like some people be like, I'm your mom, not your friend.
Yeah.
Where some parents want to be like, we're friends.
Yeah. Which one do you think you'll be?
I am leaning towards that I probably won't have kids right now, but I'm always down to change my mind because I love kids so much. I just am aware that I'm 32 and it's not happening this year for sure.
Yeah. You might not keep one if you carry it. You might carry it for someone else. There's a lot of options.
You know that I actually really, because I want to be pregnant so bad. I just think it sounds so incredible. Can you imagine the love for your body that you have being pregnant? Like it's insane.
That's some people's experience.
Also, I would literally be such a diva with it. Like anywhere we'd go, I'd be like I would like want to be lifted and stuff, you know, come on, because it's just like, sorry, I'm growing baby. I really, and it pays well. It really does. Two of my friends, one I went to high school with, like I don't know all the terms. One of their things didn't take, one of the eggs didn't pop or whatever the fuck. And then like the person who was going to carry it for them was like, her schedule was getting where it maybe couldn't happen. And I really debated it for a second. And I told them, I was like, I need to get one more acting job that like, I feel like I'm in a place in my career that is okay. And then I would maybe do it for y'all.
You won't be getting paid when you do it for me.
Shut up!
It'll be for the love of the game.
Which is crazy because you said you wouldn't have sex once for it to happen.
No, I'm not going to have sex with you.
If you're not paying for pain, then you better have sex. I'm getting like kind of threatening.
Yeah, really, really interesting dynamic.
Cut that.
No, we're leaving.
You won't let me talk about the town square.
Pay me or fuck me. Oh,
really
okay.
fair. Really fair.
That is fair.
Yeah, thank you.
I've always said about Guy, when I'm into a guy, he either needs to fuck me or kill me. Enough with the friend stuff.
And it works.
Enough with the friend stuff.
And it works. No, but would I do the friend thing? I think that I would explain the nuance to my kid and I would be like, I would love for us to someday be friends when you get older, but I'm going to probably be more of like a parent figure during this age. My baby's
2-year-old.
6 months.
You're
Like,
I'm like, so someday, I think in a different stage, we'll obviously have a different relationship, but the dynamic right now is giving parent.
And I'm like, if I was your friend, I'd say you look like a sloppy little bitch, you know?
Holmes.
Like, no, I would never. That's why I do parent until later.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think, and then the reason that I'm going to be jealous of my friends who have kids is deeply, deeply because of when they're adults. I think that is the coolest part. Like this age with my parents is everything to me.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like it's like you get to, like do you feel like your relationship with Kelly has changed? Obviously.
For sure. She got on anti-anxiety medication and that was big for us. She had we were friends for most of my childhood. And then there were a couple years in my teen years where I was a nightmare because I was a teenager, but she was also untreated anxiety disorder.
Yeah.
And even she will say like getting on anti-anxiety meds changed her life, made her so much. But there were a couple years there where I was being a nightmare because I was a teenager, but she was being so unreasonable about everything because of her anxiety.
Yeah.
That I would just be like, you're being fucking crazy. And she'd be like, I'm not. And it's like, you are. And also I could tell I was being annoying and it was hard.
Well, a big thing for me that you just talked about, which is the big switch that happened with me and my parents is not living together. I don't ever want to live with my mom. Like I don't want to live with you. And when we don't live together, it's amazing. And when we do live together, like I've done stints of it again and I go, uh-oh, I go, when we back, you know, I do not enjoy living with my parents. It just is not we live on a different pace, you know?
That's true about you.
Yeah, it really is. What's this?
A segment for you.
Is there a photo of me on there?
Don't worry about what's on here. You know what this is. You've been on the show before.
I know. It's been a long time.
Holmes, it's time for the true or false segment.
Okay. I did really bad last time.
It's been a long time because you've refused to come on.
Stop.
Just so everyone knows.
I wish I could say what you said to me about it once, but I won't.
What'd I say?
You go, it's bad for your career and mine that you won't do the podcast. And I said, I know it's best for me. And then guess what? We actually didn't fight. We left it at that and we cooled down. And I said, it's because I wanted to get here. Yeah, I can know it. Keep it in. It's funny. And I'm back.
Of course I'm keeping it in. That's hilarious. I love when I say shit like that.
Okay, go.
All right, this is the true or false segment. I'm going to read you 15 statements. You're going to tell me as quickly as you can if you think what I just said is true or false. If you get 10 or more correct, you're going to win $50 US.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Water is the only substance on Earth found in all three forms, liquid, solid, and gas.
False.
True. Potatoes are grown from potato seeds.
False.
False. The International Space Station is closer to Earth than San Francisco is to LA.
False.
True.
Wait. Say that again.
The International Space Station is closer to Earth than San Francisco is to LA.
Okay.
Florida State's biggest rival is the University of Miami.
False.
True.
What? I thought it'd be UF. I don't follow sports, but I did go there. Go Seminoles, but not really. Change the name.
Fruit Loops are all the same flavor, just different colors.
False.
True. Rose
I think I got
Byrne.
everyone long. This is the worst it's ever gone.
Rose Byrne was born in England.
True.
False. Australia.
I don't even know this girl.
A group of caterpillars is called an army.
Oh, that's true. True. It's funny. False.
True.
What the hell? No, I get that one.
Yeah, you get that
It's
one.
only two. Come on.
The
give it to
Home
me.
Depot is older than Lowe's.
False.
False. Campbell Soup's slogan is good.
True.
True. Your MCL is in your shoulder.
False.
False. Your knee. The first known cat video was recorded in 1894.
What? True.
It's true. Every odd number contains the letter E when written in English.
Every what letter?
Every odd number contains the letter E when written in English.
You're so fast. I have to do this fast. Every odd number.
The point of the segment is
Yeah,
to go
you're
fast.
right. You're right. Okay, false.
True.
I'm like dumb, kind
Ms.
of.
Frizzle. Ms. Frizzle from the Magic School Bus's first name is Courtney.
False.
False. Valerie. Rosie O'Donnell is an EGOT winner.
False should be.
False. Should be. The average credit score in the United States is 550.
I bet it's lower than that. False.
False. 705. How'd they do?
Really
A
bad.
really strong comeback, but 9.
Yeah, one of the
Really
worst.
strong comeback.
One of the worst yet, though, I would say.
No.
in the game?
You have some weird conceptions.
No, I don't. I really like myself, but I don't think I know that much.
I didn't say it was about yourself was the interesting part.
What I'll say is this. Let's talk. The number part is crazy that they all have E's. Now I'm like really thinking on that.
Okay.
God, I really could have just locked in on that.
Chance gets a lot of these wrong, just so you know. So feel free to research because people in the comments.
Wait. We'll be like, that's not true.
People in the comments will be like, we'll go toe to toe with Chance, and he always claims he has it right. But sometimes I've seen them prove him wrong.
The cat video, I was like, what camera are we on? You know what I mean?
He's fuming right now.
Yeah.
He's so mad.
You get into it with the comments.
The biggest one was the bears can't swim, and people really went after me on that one.
Everyone was like, I've seen a bear swim.
Yeah,
Chance has a type of
Well-
anxiety that's really prone to being spun out about something like that specifically.
Well, it's also really funny because it's just like anything's going to swim if you toss it in the water.
That's not true.
I mean, like a bear, like probably can't swim, but it's like he's drowning, like he's gonna figure something out. A lot of people, I feel like, who are like can't swim, it's like they really like
They drown.
some drown, but most your body starts to do some stuff.
I cannot tell you how wrong I think you
What
are.
if I say the age is like 14 up? Of course, I know if you like throw a baby in there, they're not gonna be able to do it.
No, most people who can't swim, when they end up in swimmable water, they drown.
Whatever. I almost died by fire.
I do know that about you.
You trying to make it? I'm like, I know that people have died by water, but have you ever almost died?
Yeah.
What was it?
I drove through a tornado
When?
when I was like 18.
You're chasing it?
No, it chased me. Unfortunately, I don't fuck with storms like that. I'm not one of those.
People who chase tornadoes, that's a special type of breed.
They're scary. They're really, really scary.
It's a scary type.
Holmes, what's so true to you?
What's so true to me? So I thought about this and was like, oh, you're a comedian, you should be funny. And then I was like, no, I'm not going to. So what is so true to me that I've been thinking about all the time lately is that I fucking love getting older. and getting older and aging rocks.
Yeah.
And I want that to be like more of a thing. I think like so much about me was like getting older is going to suck. Everything everyone told me was like getting older is going to suck. Your body's going to hurt. People are going to like, you're going to lose work, like try to be young forever. And every single year I'm like, I love this more and more.
Yeah. And you are still young, which is another part of it. It'll be interesting to see how that feels at like 45, 50.
I'm still young, but you really hear some like women in their 50s, 60s be like, God, 60s are everything. Or like, 70s are everything. And I'm like, I really think I know more, and I know more of like what makes me feel better. I know who I like to spend time with more. Yeah, I just think there's so much focus on the couple. I'm not naive enough to be like, nothing is hard about getting older. Like, it's like, yeah, it sucks that maybe your like knees hurt more, or like, that your face looks different or whatever. But to me, I think there's just so much focus on those ones. And I'm like, I would say 95% of everything getting older, it just is amazing to me.
I think so much of life is perspective. And I think that people just dwell on, I don't know. Aging is one of those things where I feel very far away from people who are really intense about it sometimes, because as much as we kid, I'm like, I feel the same way about people when people talk about being fat. A lot of like former fat people, especially speaking of earlier, will talk about, they're like, yeah, when I was fat, no one looked at me. I was ignored. People treated me horribly. And then I lost weight. And the most surprising thing was how nice people are. And I was like, that kind of sounds like a you problem, because I light up the room. So
and hear that.
I don't know what to tell. I'm like, I just feel very distant from that. And sometimes when people talk about aging in the same way, where they're like, I turned 30 and everything got worse, I'm like, I feel like you have a bad attitude.
Well, and not only that, but it's like, everyone's so nice. Those people who just switch on you are the worst people in the world.
Right.
Where it's like, what we've talked about a lot is like, I don't know, as I've gotten older, like the guys who used to hit on me when I was 18 and they were like 34 or whatever, yuck, and it's like one of those things where I'm like, now I can see that, where if someone doesn't talk to me because I'm like, maybe look older than someone that they'd want to date or something, I don't want them to talk to me. Like, I think the things that come with getting older that make people upset are like the things I actually love. Like, yeah,
I think getting older is so cool. I've liked it every year. And I also acknowledge that we're still very young. And so I'm like, I leave space for like, maybe in our 40s and 50s, we will feel different. I don't think we will, because I think we both also are people who choose the positive perspective anytime that we can, even when things are negative.
Well, and it's just like literally, it's just such a gift to be able to get older. Yeah. Like, someone was doing a joke the other night about how like the Prince of Egypt was like 9 years old or something like that. And I was just like, they used to have princes at 9 because they were all dying by like, 18 or whatever. Like, I was like, we get to live in this time period where we get to live to like 100 maybe or whatever. And I'm like,
well, that won't be my story.
Could be.
I'm not living to 100.
I could see you being 100 and just being so fucking funny.
I'll tell you, one way or another, I'm not living to 100.
Which age will you be like, absolutely not?
I don't know, because I haven't gotten there, but I know that probably if I get to the 70s, 80s situation, there's probably a day in there where I go, it's been fun.
I'll be running tea. I'll be dog. No.
There's no chance I'm doing that like 98-year-old, like wheeled out to their birthday party. All my love to those people.
But you see some of these people who aren't like that anymore. It's like crazy.
Yeah, but they live in ways that I don't. They do yoga every day for 2 hours.
Sometimes you see a 100-year-old and she's like running an Ironman and you're like that.
You're like, that's her story.
Yes, and I'm like, I can't do that.
That's her truth. I won't be doing that.
I can't be doing that. No.
Yeah, I'm not doing that now. I'm certainly not going to do it then. What's your least favorite part?
Of getting older?
Yeah.
The oppression in our industry.
Nice. Nice, but that hasn't really happened to you yet.
It does sometimes. People will say it like it happens in ways that it really genuinely does sometimes, and it happens. But I'm so lucky. I'm like how fucking snuck in. You know what I mean? Like I'm very lucky with my path in. Like the fact that I got to be and you know what I mean. It happens brain wise from things I read, and that's I think why I said also that I love aging, because I want there to be more like rhetoric around that, because that is my truth in my day-to-day, where I was reading Wikipedia pages of actors and stuff growing up being like, how the fuck could I do this growing up in Nebraska and Florida? Like, how could I do this? And they would all be like, I gotten my first movie at 16, or like lots of times it was like 5 years old or whatever. And so a lot of it is like the storytelling from other actors.
Oh, for sure. It's happening.
Yeah. So that's my least favorite part, which is like I said, gonna change.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that is a forever thing at all.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite part of getting older?
Probably all the people dying. Holmes, guess what?
It's done already.
We did it. We had an episode.
Probably all the people dying. It's so fucking funny.
I love you so much.
I love you so much.
Thanks for doing the show.
I love you so much.
Tell people where they can find you. And don't be a coward.
I won't be at all. You can find me on line _Holmes_Holmes. But more importantly, I'm going to start a monthly show at Union Hall. So look out for that. And of course, Overcompensating season 2, we will film soon. But yeah, just going to be back into live performance coming up. So look out for that on my pages. And also, when you're not doing that or listening to this, get offline. Throw your phone.
Tell them your address. Oh my God, you really did. That's we'll put it on the screen in case people couldn't hear. Love you so much. Thanks for doing it.
Love you, baby.
That was a Headgum podcast.